Well, the title of this video is my awkward period story, so I'm going to tell you that. It was so awkward. Like, anyone that knows that their body can and will menstruate has this fear, this particular fear, where they worry in case they will get their first ever period at school. So you can guess what happened to me when I was 11. Oh, it couldn't have come at a worse time, honestly. I tell you, worst time. I don't remember what day of the week it was on. But I think it was a Thursday from what I remember, and my friend, one of my best friends at the time, a few days or a week or so before this happened, she told me that during the time we were off school, half term or spring break, whatever you call it, where you are, she went on a British seaside trip with her parents and she got her first period. And she was telling me what she had to do and how awkward it was and just all of that, and I was just like, okay. And literally a week later I got mine, and I was like, I was in school, literally in school. I went to the bathroom and I was in one of the stalls, and I looked down and there was blood in my underwear, and I wiped and there was blood, and I was like, oh no, oh no. And I think from what I remember, I knew it was a period. I was like, it's beginning. I was like, oh no. I was not very happy. But I was kind of told that it was going to happen because I was starting to develop breasts about a month-ish before then. So it was on the horizon, but I didn't really think about it very much because I was just overwhelmed. So there's that. And so I looked down, I was like, oh no. And about 3 weeks before that, all the girls in my year group / grade were taken into a hall, and 2 female teachers were playing a video about periods and teaching us about periods and what to expect and what to do. And they gave us a sample pack of sanitary towels, all different ones, night ones with wings, ones without, ridiculous, a lot. And luckily I had these packs still in my bag, which was so helpful, but I was too scared. I was so young, I didn't know what to do. So I went to the bathroom on my own. I think it was break time / recess. And I didn't tell anybody. And then we were in a lesson, I think it was a history lesson, but I can't remember. And we were working in small groups. And I whispered to my friend, I was just like, I'm having a bit of a problem. And they were like, okay. And I was just like, I can't tell the teacher, I can't bring myself to tell the teacher, I'm too embarrassed, type of thing. And the other people at the table kind of figured out what I was talking about. And I was just like, look, please can you just tell the teacher, because I can't, back then I just couldn't. And looking back now, it's not that embarrassing, geez, it happens to anyone that's assigned female at birth, So, there's that. And the teacher was just like, what's going on? And my friend whispered, Steff has started her period, today. And they were like, oh. And they were like, oh, okay. And they were just like, okay. And they were like, well, do something about it. You can't just leave it to bleed. And I was just like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And I was just freaking out. And they're like, okay. So two teachers escorted me out of the room and put me in a separate room, and this is to me like, what is going on? And I was just like, well, I started my period and I'm really embarrassed about it. And they were just like, well, have you got anything with you? Like, you know, you need to put a pad on. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And they were like, okay, all right, fine. And the school keeps sanitary items, like, just in case, but I already had my own, so I was just like, okay. So we went upstairs to the bathroom, and they were outside in the main part of the bathroom, and I was in the store, and they were like, I think one of my school friends was in there as well, the one that I told you about that went on a summer beach vacation that got her period a week or so before. Something like that. Something like that anyway. She was there with me. We were talking and I was just like, I don't know what to do. I was just like, this one's got wings. I was like, what the hell do I do with this? They're like, just fold them over. So stupid me. I folded them over the sticky part instead of over my underwear. Like I didn't have a clue what I was doing, honestly. It was so embarrassing. And they're like, did you put it on? I was like, yeah. So awkward. So that was fine. We moved on. And I was just like, ooh. And when I was a kid, I had mad curly hair, like really curly, because my hair's naturally curly. And my hair went completely flat and straight. I don't know how, like I was just stressed that day. And I went back into my lesson, like I had the next lesson, which was computing, ICT, like information computer technology. And I walked in the room and my hair was flat and everyone was just like, what the hell? I don't even know what happened, I just freaked out. I was just like, oh. And I sat down, I was like, oh. And then the lesson after that, I produced some good work and they're like, oh, you know, despite your period situation, you did good today, you're alright. And then I went home and I was just like, ooh, I didn't know what to do. And then me and my mum were on our way to, thankfully, a grocery store at the time in the car, and I was like, Mum, she was like, yeah. I was like, you know what happens to you like once a month? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I got that today. And she was just like, oh my God. She was like, at school of all places. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry you got it at school. Oh no. And she felt really bad for me. And we went to the store and she showed me sanitary items and we got this little tin to put them in. That's what one of the sanitary brands, Bodyform, used to have. They used to have these little fashionable tins to put them in. Anyway, so we got those. And my mum had to explain a bit more to me, like, what to do, and I was just like and the worst part, like, if that wasn't already embarrassing enough already, that weekend, I can't remember why, I can't remember for the life of me why, but that weekend oh no, I'm going ahead too much. Anyway, the next day was Friday. And every Friday, me and my friends would go to the local swimming pool, and it was like a fun session where they'd get like the massive inflatable obstacle course slide thing out, and they would get all the pool floaties out, and it'd be a really fun session, you know. There was that. Yeah, there was that, and I didn't really want to miss out. And oh, I'm so... Anyway, my swimming bag was basically translucent, so you could see through it, and at the top was my bloody period pad. And it was on show for everyone to see. Like, why I did that, I don't know. I can't even remember what happened, but I remember people saying, oh, is that yours? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, that's a lot of blood. And they were just, oh. Oh. And, yeah, and then came the weekend. The weekend, which was also difficult because I can't remember why, as I was just saying. I can't remember for the life of me why, but I had to stay with my aunt and uncle. And I'd never stayed with them before overnight, ever. And I was just like, when I had to deal with my period myself, I didn't want to tell my aunt and uncle. And I don't think my parents, I said to my parents, I was like, don't tell them, I'll deal with it, it's okay. You know. And when my grandma found out, she was just like, oh, you're a woman now. Just, I was just like, please, the embarrassment. I was just like, oh, what's that? And as well, like, I stayed with them, it was fine. It's all fine, managed it fine. You know, I disposed of the pads in like a bag in my suitcase, like, or in my backpack or whatever, so that they wouldn't see. And, oh, God. A few weeks later, I was talking about it with my grandma. I was like, oh, typically I had to stay at my aunt and uncle's house when I had my first ever period, and I had to deal with it myself, and, you know. And she says to me, oh, they knew that you had it. And I was like, how? And she was like, well, sometimes there's, sometimes you can just tell. Like, sometimes people leave a little bit of blood behind. And I was just like, what do you mean? She wouldn't tell me. And I was just like, oh my God. Because sometimes people that bleed, they leave blood on the toilet seat by accident sometimes, or like underneath it. It wouldn't have been my aunt, because I think she was going through the menopause or something at the time. Obviously it wouldn't have been my uncle. So, I think that's how they figured it out, but I don't know. The whole thing was just so flipping embarrassing. I wanted to crawl into a hole and die. Not that dramatic, but you know. Oh, but I hope you enjoyed that period story of when I first ever got my period. Oh, let me know in the comments how your first period story was. Was it worse than mine? Was it better than mine? Was it how did you feel? How did you experience it? Let me know. And if you're a person that doesn't get periods, then obviously you can't tell me, but feel free to comment anyway. I don't know, it's up to you. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos every week, once a week. I try to upload on a Sunday at 2 PM GMT, so, you know, and I will let you know on my social media if I'm not uploading a video that day for whatever reason. Yeah, like the video, and I'll see you in another video if you watch another one. Please do, because, you know, views, and I don't know. You know what I mean. It's. I think I make good content, but it's up to you. I don't know. Anyway, see you in another video. Bye.